What's going on YouTube? WestHobbiesRC. So today we are back with the Goosky RS5. So in today's video we're going to go over what to look for on your first flight after a bad crash. So you guys seen the video where we crashed the helicopter, then you seen where we rebuilt it. Now we're going to go over your very first flight out after it's crashed. What do you do? How do you fly it? What do you look for? So let's go ahead and spool up. It's going to be an easy flight. We're just going to check everything over. We got the Azure 560s on main blades. We got the 96s on tail blades. We got the new orange boom skids, white or skid pipes, white skids, wrapped tail fin in orange. So it's very colorful. So let's flip off motor hold. Now the first thing you want to make sure before you fly, actually before we do that, is that your gyro direction is correct. Of course, we went over this in the rebuild video, but you're going to tilt forward, make sure it goes back, tilt to the right, make sure it goes left, to the left, make sure it goes right. You're going to push the tail over your nose to the left. You're going to make sure the slider goes into the boom, towards the boom. That's right. And then you're going to put the nose to the right, make sure the slider goes out towards the blades. So we know our tail direction is correct. Left is left, right is right, back, forward, right tail, left tail. So we know all that is correct. Positive pitch, negative pitch. So let's set this thing over here somewhere. All right, let's flip off motor hold, get it up into a hover and see how it feels.
0 milliampere hours.
So anytime I fly for the first time after a crash, or I've had the whole helicopter apart, I'm gonna keep a little bit of negative to kind of keep it on the skids. And then I want to give it a little bit of positive until it starts to lift. And I want to feel how it's acting. So right here, we're on that ground effect. The tail's not going crazy. Get it up into a hover. Feels good. We don't see no shaking. We want to look at those blades. All right, blade tracking looks good. Okay, tail's looking fine. We're giving it a little bit of right rudder just to kind of see how it feels. Now we're going to push it forward. We're just going to do an easy, real easy flight just to kind of give it a feel out, making sure we got no wobbles, no bobbles. It's not vibrating. We want to make sure there's no vibration. Everything is feeling really, really good. So then what I personally do is then I'll just, after about 30 seconds of feeling it around, everything feels fine. I'm going to do a tail stop. Tail feels fine, punch out, good, catch it, good. Okay, then you can just go right into your regular fly. Okay, then bring it back into a hover. Everything is still feeling fine. We don't see no shaking. We don't see no cyclic, nothing. It's a hands-off hover right there. Blade tracking is good. We don't see no vibrations. Everything's, the helicopter feeling great, just like it did before we crashed. And then you're good to just fly your normal flight. And then one other thing I like to do too is about halfway through the flight, we're gonna set it down. Okay, and then I just like to give it a quick once over. We're about 2.5 minutes into the flight. So I'm just going to slow the blades down, making sure that our head is tight, nothing's coming loose, our arms are good, servo arm, swash plate, just kind of give it a real quick glance, come back to the tail, grab the tail, nothing's coming loose, feel the tail belt, that all feels good, and then go right back into flying. It's just basically a shakedown, right? So you're just making sure you had the whole helicopter apart, right? You just had the head off of it, you had it back to a kit. It's the same thing you do on a maiden flight. The color scheme, amazing. Super visible. Very, very visible. I'm very happy that I wrapped that tail fin in the orange. My only complaint is Goose Sky, please match the skid pipes to the same color that you do the canopy and the boom, and match the tail fin. If they're all the same orange, right, why are we having different colors? Turn the head speed up. See that tail shake? We gotta adjust tail gain a little bit. RS5 is back, flying just as good as it did before I stuck it in the ground. All right, it's feeling perfect, so I'm happy with that. We're gonna cut the flight a little short. Just give it a feel out, shake it out, make sure it's good. And then after your flight, of course, always just go through the helicopter, make sure that everything is okay, make sure that none of your screws came loose. Just give it a once over. The same thing you would do on a maiden flight, you're gonna do after a crash flight. Now, some people say don't fly it hard or whatever. You fly it how you like it, fly it how you're gonna fly it. It's a helicopter. They can be fixed, they can be repaired. They all crash. They're gonna crash at some point. You're gonna fix them, you're gonna keep flying. It's the best part about helicopters. No matter how bad the crash is, they can always be rebuilt to brand new. So I wanna thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Take care and have a great day.